Good morning, everyone. This is Deep Gathani, the Head of Research and Consumer Insights for ESPN. Thank you, Qual360, for giving me this opportunity to showcase my experience and knowledge on your prestigious platform. It is an absolute honor to be a part of the much talented panel. So, I would be talking about is customer centricity approach in the next 20 to 25 minutes. I shall begin by introducing customer-centric approach in today's digital enhanced world. Companies in all industries are ditching traditional business-driven and product-driven strategies as they are starting to embrace the idea of customer centricity. Although being company-driven, product-driven, or sales-driven is very natural, no longer can brands afford to think only about what's good for the company without considering the impact on the customer. Customer centricity is often seen as a catch, all for ideas like customer satisfaction, customer experience, and customer feedback. But being truly customer centric is much more beyond that. It's about more than just making your customers happy. And it's not enough to assume that you know your customers' need. So what is it all about? Decades ago, customers had fewer choices. This meant brands could get away with offering mediocre services and customer experiences. But now the customer is in the driver's seat. We are in the midst of a revolution in the age of the empowered customer. Whether you are in retail, tech, media and entertainment, finance, healthcare, or literally any other industry, customer centricity must be at the center of your business strategy if we are going to drive profit and gain a competitive edge. In short, customer centricity means putting a customer right at the core of your business. Studies conducted by Deloitte and Touche suggest that 60% of the companies are more profitable who adapt to customer-centric approach as compared to those who don't. A CEI survey also prompts that 86% of the customers are willing to pay more if the company provides and enriches their experience. And as per ThinkJar, 70% companies that deliver excellent customer experience use customers' feedback very regularly. So what is it like to be a customer-centric company, and what are the benefits along with it? Without your customers, you wouldn't have been a brand, a business. Yet, even when you understand just how critical your customers are to your brand and the bottom line, it's easy to focus on your products and your company's interest about those of your customers because you have a business to run. And you likely think focusing on creating the best, most sought after products is how you will generate more customers. But the fact is though, you must make a choice. You can't focus on both your products and your customers first. It must be one or the other. Being customer-centric means putting your customer at the forefront of every single decision your company makes. Are your customers at the heart of your business? You might think your brand is customer-centric, and you might be taking strides to make the customer a priority. But you might be surprised to find out that you are not as customer-centric as you think. Here are 4 signs that your company isn't putting the customer at first. Point number 1. You're making decisions without customer in mind. Whether big or small, every decision you make about your business needs to be fueled by customer feedback. Are you assuming what your customers want? Are you considering them during the decision-making process at all? Or are your decisions based on profits or shareholders' demands? If you're developing products you think your customers want without testing the concepts with real-life customers, then you risk failing when introducing them into the market. The price point might be wrong. The features may not be your customers' need. The product may not be what your customers need. The product may not solve the customer's pain or problems. Marketing campaigns based on gut feelings rather than customer intelligence will also likely fall flat and fail to resonate with your audience. The same is true with every decision that you make for the company. If the customers isn't your most important stakeholder, if they are not at the center of all the decisions you make, then you are not a customer-centric company. Point number 2, you only focus on the customer service department. You've increased the budget in the customer service department. Does that make you a customer-centric? Not really. To be customer-centric, every employee in your organization must understand who your customers are and what do they want, and not just your customer service representatives. This includes your engineering team, your product team, your development team, your marketing and sales team, and right all the way to the organization's key decision makers. The entire organization must be aligned around the customer's needs. Point number 3, you don't know your customers on a granular level. Maybe your marketers know that your customer's age is ranging between 20 to 40 years. Maybe your product and development team understands that your customers are in higher income bracket. This is a good start, but it does not make you customer centric. You need to have the smallest information to complement your big data. You need to go beyond demographics and get to know your customers on a more intimate and granular level, like their attitudes, their buying behavior, their behavior online and offline. And this starts by talking to your customers. Point number 4, you stop engaging once the sale is made. Yes, gaining new customers is very important. Acquiring them is very important. And to do so, you may use the customer intelligence to learn more about the buying journey. You may target your marketing campaigns expertly to your customers' interests and preferences. Your products may solve a need your customers have. But does it stop there? Once the customer is sold, do you continue to delight them, or do you move on and focus on acquiring new customers? The most customer-centric brands do not leave their existing customers high and dry. They continue to engage them because they understand the value of customer loyalty and retention as the most critical part of your customer-focused strategy. In short, again, the customer's perception is your reality. Spend a lot of time talking to your customers face to face, and you would be amazed to know that how many companies do not listen to their customers. So what does it mean to be a customer-centric company? We know it's not just about keeping customers happy or offering great customer service. Now let's switch gears and discuss what it really means to be customer-centric. But remember, you can't achieve customer-centric without understanding your customers' needs, pain points, and interest. Generating customers' insights is key, and getting real-life customer validated data to make business decisions is a must in this new digital age. Right, moving on. Why has it become so important to be a customer-centric company now? I said, we now live in the digital world that's upgrading every single day. Technological advancements have changed the way customers buy and behave, how we do business, and how we interact with customers. And brands are always on this task. They are more transparent, or at least they should be. In this new reality, customer-centric isn't an option. It has become a necessity, one that is based on the 3 key points. The power has shifted to the customer, who now expects much more from the brands. The digital age has transformed the buying habits, requiring companies to adapt to the new situations. And fostering loyalty is not only more meaningful for the customer, but also more profitable for the companies. There are few risks attached in ignoring customer centricity, right? And these would be: your customers are not loyal. Your customers are not happy with your products and services. You would struggle generating repeat business, hence chances of sales declining, and your brand might have a poor reputation. All in all, your competition is gaining market share because of all of this. So unless you have 100% customer satisfaction, you must continue to improve. There are top 5 benefits of becoming customer-centric company. Benefit number 1, finding growth for opportunities. Continuously generating customer insights to ensure your company revolves around the customer is a great way to recognize opportunities for growth. You can see trends and opportunities among your customer base that can help you come up with products or solutions that your customers want, which they may not even realize yet. You may be able to expand your line of products to meet a particular need, or provide features you never considered offering, or even add additional services that fill an unfulfilled customer's need. Benefit number 2, you can gain market share. When you become customer centric, your leads, prospects, and existing customers will notice the difference. This is particularly true if your customers are behind the times and still use a sales-centric or a product-centric approach. You will answer the customer's questions more quickly. You will provide a more seamless experience. You will share marketing and ad campaigns that truly resonate with your audience. You will develop products that actually serve the need for the customer. And these customers will then flock to you and say goodbye to your competition. Benefit number 3, better understanding the customer journey. The more you know about your customers on a granular level, the better you'll understand the customer journey before, during, and after the sale. One of the core concepts of customer centricity is to understand how customers move in and out of relationships and understand why and how they buy. This will help you deliver better services and products to the right people in the right place and at the right time. Benefit number 4, increase sales. Some business owners still believe that focusing on sales is how it will increase sales for the company. But as we've already seen, focusing on the customer will deliver more positive long-term results in terms of sales and business. And the last benefit, learn how to improve. While some executives see complaints and bad reviews as negative, customer-centric brands see these as opportunities to learn how to improve. What's more is the customer-centric companies often go one step further to gain feedback from their ex-customers to better understand why they left and what they can do in the future to improve. This helps them refine the customer experience for future prospects and customers, which can lead to greater satisfaction and loyalty. Now, just a small note on the difference between the product-centric approach and the customer-centric approach in today's world. Clearly, a product-centric brand would look to offer the best product to the customers, whereas a customer-centric company would offer the best solution to the customer's needs. Product-centric would focus on a specific and a unique feature at a given point in time, whereas customer-centric would single-handedly thrive on achieving lifetime value for a product. Product-centric is usually involves internal stakeholders by developing new products, adding new features, etc. Whereas customer-centric would involve customers by engaging in building relationships and in building brand retention and advocacy. Product-centric would talk about how many customers can this product be sold to, whereas customer-centric approach will talk more on the usability of the multiple products developed, which in turn will help the customer engage and help the company earn revenue. The success measurement of a product-centric approach would be direct and a possible short-term goal based on revenue and profitability, whereas a customer-centric would be indirect but a long-term approach for high profits and business. However, remember, too often focusing on sales, product, or profit comes at the expense of the customer. How do you change to be a customer-centric approach? To become a truly customer-centric brand, you must integrate the concept into every single area and channel of your business. While many brands seek to do just this, many challenges can get in the way and hold them back from achieving this goal. There are two major challenges, right? If it was so easy to become customer-centric, every company would have done it. Every brand would love to gain more customer satisfaction, greater customer loyalty, more sales, higher profit, amongst the many other benefits that the customer-centric approach offers. However, becoming customer-centric requires you to transform every process, procedure, and department in your company. It requires you to completely shift your culture. Easier said than done. The empowered customers in today's modern age care about what you do and not what you say. You cannot say your brand is customer centric. You need to become a customer centric at your core. Adapting the label won't get you far if you can't back it up. To ensure your customer is at the ream of the business decisions you make, you need the 4 C's. C number 1, culture. Customer centricity is a way of doing business, and this is just more than a slogan. Being customer centric isn't just a marketing exercise. Rather, it needs to be ingrained in your corporate culture and reinforced in everything that you do. C number 2, community. We don't need to tell you what your customers want to be treated like people and not numbers. But more than that, they want to know that there is a real person on the other end of the phone when they call, or a real person on the other end of the chat or that email. And they want to feel as though they are a part of the community. By creating a community for your customers, you can effectively increase the emotional engagement, which will in turn build the loyalty. C number 3, conversation. There is a reason one-off surveys don't work anymore. There is a reason why online insight communities are the most effective way to generate customer feedback today. Customers want two-way dialogues. They want to be listened to. They want to feel as though they are being heard. It's critical that you speak directly to your customer and listen to their needs, questions, and complaints. It's also important to implement their feedback in your business to show that you have listened and you've heard what they have told you. And C number 4, consistency. Finally, we have consistency here. In today's digital world, customers do the majority of their research online. They compare prices and features. They read reviews. They may buy without even leaving their houses. At all these touch points, you need to ensure that you offer consistency, a seamless omnichannel experience across all interactions, channels, and devices. There are 7 pillars to build a customer-centric company. These 7 pillars can be used as a framework for action. The key is to analyze customers' perception against these 7 core areas of your company to ensure that your business strategy is truly customer-centric and born of data-driven customer science. Pillar number 1, customer experience. The customer experience must be convenient, easy, enjoyable, and seamless. 2, loyalty. Recognizing customers and rewarding them in a way that is meaningful to them can go a long way to keep them happy. Point number 3, communication. Highly communicative companies tend to have more engaged and loyal customers. They take the time to talk to their customers, listen to their needs, and personalize their communication to show that they care. Point number 4, assortment. While you don't need to have the largest selection of products, the assortment you should have should meet your customers' needs. Point number 5, promotions. Successful promotion programs promote the products that are most appealing to the customer. Price. With customer feedback, you can ensure your prices are in line with what your customers are willing to pay for the value you offer. And the last pillar is the feedback. Prioritizing customer feedback will enable you to create a strong emotional bond and connection with your customers. Remember, in focusing in making a customer and not a sale. The last agenda of my session would be on how do market researchers succeed in building a customer-centric economy. Business, as we know, is in the midst of transformation. The market research industry has been undergoing monumental shifts to keep up the digital world we now live in and the increasing customer demands companies now face. In fact, a lot many CEOs rallying their organizations around the customer is one of the top 3 investment priorities for the year. There is no doubt that Today, customer centricity has become the strategic posture of almost every profitable company in existence. As brands have started to use a more customer-centric model, market researchers have had to adapt. With this strategic change comes the mandate to be insights-driven and to bring the voice of the customer into the center of the business. Forward-thinking market researchers have transformed into progressive insight professionals to future-proof their roles and provide greater value in a customer-centric economy. There are 6 ways to become an insight-driven marketer researcher focusing on customers. Point number 1, do not share the data that is not actionable. If it's not actionable, there's no point. That's not an insight. Point number 2, do not ignore your competitors' competence. Is the competition more effective at sharing and actionable insights? Then that's the way to go about this. Point number 3, don't think that the business is insulated from disruption only. The notion that competitive barriers that shield a business from insights-driven predators create a false sense of security. Point number 4, you need the support from the senior level stakeholders and executives. It is possible to drive change from the grassroots level, but some level of a senior buy-in is mission critical. Point number 5, art of telling stories with data. Insights team with so-called soft skills like storytelling are the most effective at actioning the insights derived from their learnings. And the last way is talk about the business outcomes and not the research outcomes. The mindset aligns the priorities and goals and integrates insights sharing into the fabric of the business. So yes, this is about the customer centricity. Thank you so much for your time. I'm open for questions. Please do drop in questions in the chat box, and I would be happy to answer them right away. Thank you so much.